Hey guys, and welcome back to our little video on all things stenciling on glass, and I have one more project for you. Today we're going to be working with chalk paint. It's really popular right now, and you know what else is really popular? Mason jars. So I came up with a project that combines these two. It's going to be really beautiful and of course super useful. So I don't know about you, but I have a lot of mason jars laying around my house, and sometimes I fill them with, salt, pepper, sugar. And this will be a really cute way to label everything, and it's just going to look really nice. So I just took the back of my mason jar that doesn't have any writing on it, no labels, and I found this really cool stencil that looks like it's already has enough room to write on, maybe like sugar, salt. It already looks like a label, so this is going to be great. Next up, I just take my handy dandy blue tape. And because I'm using just part of the stencil, try to be very careful with what you're taping down because we don't want to rip our stencil. Of course, if you're just using a label that's by itself, you don't have to worry about that, but that's something that I obviously have to be a little bit careful of. I'm taping down almost every part I can of the stencil just to make sure that the paint doesn't seep through anywhere. Next up, I'm just going to take my chalkboard paint and a little tiny painting brush. And the trick with using chalkboard paint is that you need to start from one direction, I'm going to do vertical, and work your way down. Now what I found as a useful trick is I actually flipped this mason jar over and continued doing this because I noticed that the first time I did this, my chalkboard paint started to pool at the end or the bottom of my stencil. And I didn't like that too much. So this is a tip if you wanted a cleaner edge. And notice I am starting on the blue paint. This is just going to help me wipe off any excess chalk. You may notice that there's a couple streaks and lines in there, and that's okay, because in our second coat, we're going to get rid of that. And how we're going to do that is a little bit different. But first things first, we have to make sure that this will dry, and it's going to take probably about an hour. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll meet you back. Welcome back. Okay, it's been approximately about an hour, and this feels super dry, so we're going to go ahead and add our next coat. Now, remember how we did it vertical? Well, now, or for our next coat, we're actually going to do it horizontally, because that's how we're going to get a very even and clean looking coverage. Okay, that looks pretty good to me, and again, I'm just going to let this sit for about an hour and we will reveal what's underneath. So are you guys ready for the big reveal? Let's see how this turned out. This looks so fun. And it's going to be great for writing down, what's inside of it, sugar, pepper, salt, or this would be awesome for an event like, a wedding or something, and this could be a cute name place. And you could put like little goodies inside and just have their initials or your initials. You can do a lot with this craft. And of course, the bigger the mason jar, the bigger the nameplate that you can make. So get out there and get creative, and of course, as always, I'd love to see what you guys come up with. Today we have a beautiful stenciled cutting board project, and it's done with chalkboard paint, so we can write on it. How wonderful would that be to write on a special menu for a special event?